The operator of a jumping castle that flew into the sky at a school event, killing 6 children, has had her case heard in court. So what evidence was heard, and what happens next? December 16, 2021. A day supposed to be joyful, but in a single moment turned devastating.
The wind gust has caused a jumping castle to lift into the air.
It's simply inconceivable that this shocking incident has occurred.
It's obviously every parent's worst nightmare.
There would be few people, if any, in Devonport that wouldn't have had a connection to one of those families, to that school.
I've got 32 grandchildren, so it sort of hits home pretty hard.
These 6 children died, and 3 of their classmates were seriously hurt when a jumping castle was blown into the air at Hillcrest Primary School in northwest Tasmania. The castle's operator, Rosemary Ann Gamble, traded as Tazorb. She was charged with failure to comply with a health and safety duty. She pleaded not guilty. Her hearing has now played out at the Magistrates Court in Devonport before the families of the late children. Some you can see were wearing or carrying their children's images into court with them. So what happened in court? Children who'd been at the school the day of the incident gave statements that were read aloud. The wind came and picked everything up. It was just instant, one said. And another, the jumping castle spun around in circles and then flew into the tree. That wind has been called a mini tornado. To help understand it, this video was played in court. It's from the United States and it shows an inflatable suddenly becoming airborne. There are no children on it. It's a dust devil, which a weather expert described as a chaotic force, gaining and losing energy all the time. This brings us to the crux of the case. Could what happened on the school oval have been prevented? The prosecution says yes, alleging Ms Gamble didn't adequately anchor the castle to the ground or train herself and her staff. But the defence says no steps could have stopped the tragedy other than not holding the event. Ms Gamble's partner, Robert Monty, who helped set up the jumping castle on the day, told the court the pair were self-taught. We did a lot of YouTube searching, watching other people, how they set up castles. He said he and another worker installed pegs in 4 of the 8 anchors on the day, though at other events, where more wind was forecasted, Tazorb had used more. Ms Gamble's defence argued she only received 4 pegs when she bought the castle and that it didn't come with a manual, forcing her to download one from the manufacturer's website. Giving evidence from China, East Inflatable said it usually provided between 4 and 8 pegs. The court also heard Tazorb had used star pickets in the past, but stopped using them because they were a tripping hazard. Could more pegs have changed the outcome? And was Ms Gamble a competent operator? Experts disagree. Roderick McDonald said if all 8 star pickets were used, it would have endured the event. And that if Ms Gamble used 8 of the manufacturer's pegs, it potentially could have withstood it. But defence expert David Eager said 8 pegs wouldn't have done it, 12 pegs wouldn't have done it, 16 pegs wouldn't have done it, 20 pegs wouldn't have done it. It's not the only thing the 2 experts didn't see eye to eye on. Mr McDonald said Ms Gamble wasn't competent and was inconsistent with her setup from event to event. But Professor Eager said because Ms Gamble had set up more than 100 times before, she was competent, though acknowledged she didn't strictly follow instructions on the day. A verdict is expected early in 2025.